Welcome back to another episode of The Last Game Hunter. I am Paul, your host, and today we're just going to go over some games. I got lucky. I put out a Facebook ad, and some people were very generous and jumped in on it. In fact, I made a friend out of it, so that's cool too. And I got a lot of PC games, some retro games, and let's just go over what I got because I just want to talk about it because it's been a long time since I've done, I think since February-ish, a pickup video. We're going to start off with some PC games. I have a big love for PC games, so this is a beautiful pile I got for a really good deal. Here's SimCity Societies, which I didn't even know existed. So this is the first time I've knew about it. I've even, it looks like you're able to go down into the city or something a little bit more. I guess it's more, basically, police stats, industrial wastelands, and spiritual enclaves, romantic hamlets, and I guess you're able to be more immersive in this game. And I thought that was kind of neat. Like, it's definitely something, once I get my retro computer finished, it's another video, we'll be talking about that in the next little while, so you might want to get subscribed or ring that bell, just because that's going to be a pretty cool PC. Been working on it for a while now, just figured out how to do something special to it, which I can't talk about. So this is going to be really cool to try out for sure. And then we got The King's Crusade. So The King's Crusade looks like a RTS game, which I'm a huge fan of real-time strategy. So if you like real-time strategy and for example, you've played that, comment below, let me know what it's like. It looks kind of cool. I mean, it's definitely your, the Kingdom style era with the, the old throw your big rocks and stuff like that and castles, and it's very interesting, that's for sure. And it's something I'm a fan of. And another thing I'm very big fan of is the Age of Empires series. And here's Age of Empires 3, nice and heavy, so nice and complete, which is what I like, the big books. And this is a series that I fell in love with a long time ago. Age of Empires 3 is probably the best Microsoft studio next to Halo, in my opinion. Probably the best Microsoft definite RTS. Now, saying that, I am going to be playing some, the Halo RTS style games. I'm eluding the names right now, but they are games that I definitely have on my radar, definitely have bought, and definitely want to play. Moving into a Sega product, that's right, Sega's in the list, Medieval 2 Total War. And again, this is a game I know I've seen a lot of play on it. I know a lot of people love it. It is something I've been meaning to get into, but I haven't gotten around to it. And this actually will play on a more modern PC, so I don't actually need to play it on a retro PC that I'm building, but it's definitely something that actually is demanding of your computer anyway, so you're definitely going to want to play it on a much higher end computer, as from what I've seen in built computers based on it, it can be very demanding. And there we have East India Company Collection. Never heard of it. I honestly never heard of it. It is more like a trading game, I guess from the East India Company or whatever that was back in whatever the old days with the sail ships and so on, the big tall sail ships. Interesting. Not sure if it's something that I'm going to play, but definitely has some interesting things about it when I was reading the back. I don't know, we'll have to see. I didn't have it, so I guess it'll be added. And then Railroad Tycoon 3. Now, I never got to play around with any of the Railroad Tycoons yet, so this is actually pretty cool. I do like these old boxes where you opened up. Now, I did put a bulletin out, hopefully looking for big box games. And this person had chirped in, which I actually have made into a friend now, which is really awesome, and thank you, you know who you are. The beauty of that is they were still boxed. I was looking for big box, and I was really hoping, so far nobody's coughed up any big box games yet, but we'll have to see as time goes on. I'll just grab one of these ones here, because this one's SimCity 4. Now, SimCity 4 actually was a game that I played a lot of, because years ago I was hospitalized. I won't get into it, but It was just, you know, mainly, I'll just say, my heart. And SimCity 4 was the game I purchased when my wife brought me my laptop. So we had a bit of internet. When I grabbed a decent connection, I went to my Steam account and I downloaded SimCity 4. And I was in there for almost 2 months, so it literally passed a lot of time. So SimCity 4 is definitely something that I like. I tried playing it on my more modern PC. Doesn't really... I know it's supposed to, but I haven't gotten it working proper. So I'll play it more on my... I'm not sure it's going to be on my retro PC or the middle type. I'm going to be doing something else as well, and that is probably where I'll be able to play those types of games again. And it's weird because I had it running on Windows 8, I believe, at the time, and for some reason I can't get it to run on my Windows 10. I know that seems odd. Caesar, I guess that's 4 or whatever. I'm not a fan of the Caesar series. I know there's a lot, and it's definitely a big series that's out there. But if I'm correct, I don't know if they changed it. It's not a real-time strategy. It's a turn-based strategy, and I can't handle anything turn-based. The only time I ever played turn-based games was on the Super NES, and that was Super Conflict. And that was about the only time I could tolerate it, but I was also younger. I don't know if I put in Super Conflict now, would I be able to play it like I used to? But I used to love that game a lot, and it's, you know, mediocre animations. Pretty cool. And then, really cool, the SimCity Big Box. So the SimCity Big Box here, it does have societies, a bunch of others right down to SimCity, SimCity Force here, and so on. And I don't know what that is. Is that so small I can't read it? Let's go to the back. So SimCity 4 Rush Hour, SimCity 4, SimCity Societies Destinations. So that's going to be something really cool. SimCity Societies, and it has Sim Carnival Snap City. That's what it was. So this is definitely probably the one I'm going to play with. It's really, really cool. And it even says bonus includes Spore. Spore is included. So I don't know. I've never really played Spore. I've seen it. I remember it being popular, but the SimCity Big Box is definitely the big box. The most exciting part out of this whole package probably was that game. And then, of course, there was a lot of Sims. So this person or persons were into the Sims. So it's the Sims 3 with a bunch of add-ons and so on. Now, my daughters and my wife like this. I did play it a little bit, I guess, when I was much younger, but it was like Sims 1, not the newer ones. There was an extra copy of SimCity 4 here, which, hey, maybe I can give it away. If someone comments, I want that. A 2-pack here, which is Civ City, Rome, and Civilization Gold Edition. And there's actually a manual for Civ City Rome, so I thought that was really cool. It's interesting because usually you don't have a manual for a 2-pack like this, because that is the cardboard package. I remember when I used to sell them like that, you definitely didn't get that. So that's pretty interesting how he has it. City Life World Edition, and actually has the manuals. So there was no box that he had for these, but he did have the manuals. It's kind of neat. Definitely something I never heard of. Definitely something I, could take some interest in. And then there's the Sid Meier's Pirates. Live the life. Arr, 2K Games. This is really cool. This is interesting. And what's really interesting, it actually came with this really cool map and this really nice book with the coil. So this would have been something if it had its original box. I would have been so happy. But unfortunately, I got the box and the manual, which is more than you can ask for if you weren't getting a box. But really interested in that one. Then we have Stronghold 2. Now, Stronghold 2, definitely an awesome game. It's a game, even 2K Games again. Again, just the manual and the discs. But Stronghold is really sweet. So it's the medieval times. You're building literally your stronghold, your base, your fortification, your castle. And I remember playing this a long time ago, and I did want to find it again. So it was in this bundle, which was really nice. And then there was these other games here that were, oh, wait a minute. Are we seeing something here? We'll just get to that. So there's these other games here. Buccaneer's Bounty. and there's a bunch of discs in these plastic cases. And it's funny, so it's complete, except for, of course, the box and the manuals. But what's really cool about it is I went online looking just to see if there was any value, or was it complete or whatever, and there was people selling just the one game or whatever, and they were in these plastic sleeves. So I don't know if these plastic sleeves were actually something the game came with. If it was, comment if you know, because I thought it was pretty cool. I thought that was really, really neat, actually. So, all right, we'll get to this, and then we'll get to this. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. So, guys, I got a complete in-box Sega Game Gear. You guys know I'm a massive Sega fan, Sega collector. Yes, I did. I was out doing some pickups on something else for another video, and this guy goes, "Hey, you're a Sega guy. What would you give me for a Game Gear boxed?" Now, the story behind it was really cool because his brother had given it to him thinking he wanted it, and it was actually his brother's original Game Gear. So this is only one owner. I am the second owner of this Game Gear. The box is in really good shape. And if you guys know where I can get box covers, like the see-through hard cases or whatever, like so you can see it and put it on the shelf, let me know, because I was looking on eBay and they have some, but they're bigger. I would like it to be the right size, and I know they exist. So if anybody out there knows about that, please comment below on that one, because I really do want to preserve how good the box is. Very happy about it. And considering that I'm the second owner of it, makes me really, really happy. Almost like I've, something I've owned since day one. My day one Game Gear is gone. So this is as close as it gets to me having an original Game Gear that has only been in one hand, I guess. Got a couple Atari carts. So Othello I did not have in my collection, and the story with this is, it was this Facebook ad. I answered it. There was something else in it I'm not going to show in this video because I want to try and do a different video about that. And the one thing that made me run for this wasn't that other thing. It was actually the SpectraVision tapeworm. Now, I know SpectraVision, if anybody out there knows anything about their Ataris, SpectraVision usually are the more sought after cartridges. They're a little rarer. And seeing the tapeworm, I was like, oh, wow. So I was picking up the whole entire package, I think for $28. And this one cartridge was worth that. So I ran out and I grabbed it, because why wouldn't I? I mean, it's already technically bought and paid for by one cartridge if I really wanted to get rid of it. And I thought that was really cool, because this kind of stuff, in my opinion, the old Atari stuff, it's not really going to drop in value. I can't see it dropping. I could see it staying steady, and then maybe a climb on weird carts like this, like those old Zeller cartridges from Canada, Sears cartridges and stuff like that. Those are pretty cool. I mean, keep your eyes on those, because you never know what's going to happen. Now, I wanted to do something a little different, and I ordered a Streets of Rage cartridge brand new. Now, when I say brand new, I mean like literally brand new. I bought it, I guess, I don't know if it was Russian made or whatever. On the back it says 16-bit instead of Sega, where the Sega logo would be. Now, why I bought it was I wanted to see what the quality would be like. And yes, the game works. Yes, the game is awesome that way. But it is such cheesy plastic. This is not even what I would call a Sega affiliated or Sega cart in any way that most knockoff people make. It was a $5 cartridge delivered. How can I go wrong? My Streets of Rage, the cartridge has gone missing. So I have the box art, I have the box, I have the instructions, everything, but I'm missing my cartridge. And I said, you know what, for now, I'm gonna put that in there because it does work. It doesn't see any difference in my opinion. Will it be the cartridge that stays in there? Absolutely not. I mean, at some point, I'm definitely going to replace it, as this is not legit. It is a knockoff, and it just fits the bill, so I know the box is not empty. Terminator 2 for the Super Nintendo. I didn't have it, and I think it was like $5 at a thrift store or something like that before the wonderful Ontario lockdown. Won't get into that. I got a PS1 memory card from Nextech, which, if you guys don't know what that is, Radio Shack. Back in the days, the Radio Shack days. So, a game that people have been talking about, or I think I thought was really cool. Someone told me that it actually is out on PC and or PlayStation or whatever, is Mashed Drive to Survive. I got that finally, so I have a brand new version of that. And I got a copy for the Xbox of Thrillville, which I did not have, so that's pretty cool. I'm trying not to let the light reflect like, ah! So Thrillville for the Xbox original. And then I got this interesting PC game called Dungeon Lords, a fantasy action RPG by D.W. Bradley. Now, I'm more of a JRPG fan. I do not like RPGs, but how can you pass up this steelbook? Like, it is a steelbook, and I have a problem with steelbooks. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my pickups. It's a little bit better than usual, considering Ontario is in a lockdown here in Canada, and it's extremely hard to get anything. So to just get what I got, and thanking people that are out there that you're probably watching the video, as you know who I am now. Thank you very much for the deals, because they were really good. And and again, just making some friendship along the way, especially now where it's really hard just to meet somebody. Like, you cannot do anything, and here I am with lockdown hair again, and this malware. Come on, man, it's gotta end. At least let us do some more stuff. But anyway, guys, that's a video that isn't for this channel. Hopefully you can find a channel on that if you're really into it. But I would just stay away from that negative crap and be safe, everybody. And deep down, the world is the world. Things are going to be the way they are, and things are going to get harder for us to get in the long run as stuff like this continues. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. Thanks for putting up with the late video because of the shutdown that I had on my channel and this, that, whatever. I'm still just recouping. This was a video I could get out quick enough to get something back on the air. And I got some really cool stuff coming up. I'm going to be doing some reviews of some consoles and stuff that hopefully are kind of cool, kind of not. Who knows? But we'll find out. Till next time, game over.